Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz have spoken openly about their unique relationship, one that goes far beyond the tennis court. Once again, in the grand finale of the Six Kings Slam, held in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, the Italian prevailed over his Spanish rival, defeating him convincingly by 6-2, 6-4, just as he did in the 2024 edition of the same tournament. Although officially billed as a friendly exhibition, the Six Kings Slam hardly feels like one. With a staggering $6 million prize awarded to the champion, an amount exceeding even that of a Grand Slam title, the event has become a high-stakes battleground for pride and supremacy among the sport's elite. For Sinner, it was his second triumph over Alcaraz in 2025, in a season where the two have met multiple times in finals across the globe. Their rivalry has transcended tennis itself, two prodigies of the new generation defining a new era in the sport. Both acknowledge that every defeat fuels the other's determination. "When one of us loses," said Alcaraz, "it pushes the other to train harder and look for answers." That's precisely what Sinner did after falling in the Roland Garros final, eventually claiming the Wimbledon title a few weeks later. Alcaraz, on the other hand, used his All-England club loss as motivation, spending countless training sessions studying his rival's tactics, and he found redemption at the US Open, where he turned the tables. Now, as the 2025 season winds down, the upper hand once again belongs to the Italian. "We've both spent days analyzing what we could do better," Sinner admitted. "We're rivals, but also friends." Despite the fierce competition, there is genuine respect and camaraderie between them. "We share something special," Alcaraz reflected. "Our friendship off the court doesn't get in the way of our rivalry on it. People might think it's impossible to separate both, but we've shown that it can be done." Sinner echoed the sentiment, smiling. "We don't have to be enemies outside the lines. On the court, we give our best, but when the match is over, we shake hands and everything goes back to normal." Their sportsmanship extends beyond tournaments. After the final in Riyadh, Sinner shared a message of gratitude to fans and his opponent on social media. Alcaraz responded playfully, "Great job, Jannik. Next time, golf, skiing, and karting." Despite the defeat, Alcaraz's post-match comments were filled with admiration. "When Jannik plays like this, it's incredibly tough," he confessed during the trophy ceremony. "He was just too good today. Everyone could see the quality of his tennis. It was a fantastic level." Alcaraz admitted he struggled to find his rhythm. "He served unbelievably well. I didn't have a single break point, which is rare for me. When his serve is working like that, it's hard to find solutions. That adds pressure, especially against someone who also returns so well." Then, with a grin, he added, "Do I enjoy it when he plays like that? Not really. It feels like playing ping pong sometimes. It's not much fun being on the other side of the net." Still, behind the humor lies deep motivation. "When he plays at such a high level, it pushes me to go back to work, to give everything. It's like solving a puzzle, frustrating at times, but it drives me to improve." Their mutual respect has become a defining feature of modern tennis. "I've messaged him several times just to check how he's doing or to congratulate him," Alcaraz revealed. "We talk more often than people think. It's a friendship built on admiration." Looking ahead, the Spaniard reflected on what remains of the season. "There's still some indoor tournaments left. I'm working hard to adapt to these conditions. My record on this surface isn't the best, but I'm determined to make progress." For both men, 2025 has been a year of growth and rivalry, but also of understanding. A reminder that in this new generation, respect can coexist with fierce competition. Whether on opposite sides of the net or in quiet conversation away from it, Alcaraz and Sinner continue to redefine what it means to be rivals and friends in the modern era of tennis. "I've got the world #1 on the line, so I'll give absolutely everything I've got." Those were the words of Jannik Sinner, summarizing not just his motivation, but the fire that drives his ongoing battle with Carlos Alcaraz. Ranked world #2, the Italian knows exactly what's at stake every time he steps on the court. His rivalry with the Spaniard has become the heartbeat of modern tennis, one that he admits consumes much of his thoughts. "I think about it a lot," he said with a smile. "You see it everywhere: Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. People never stop talking about it." At the Six Kings Slam 2025 in Riyadh, Sinner once again showed why he belongs at the very top of the sport. Despite the tournament's exhibition label, the intensity was anything but casual. The Italian never eased up, maintaining full throttle from the first point to the last. His 6-2, 6-4 victory over Alcaraz was as commanding as it was elegant, proving that even in a relaxed setting, his competitive instincts never fade. His performance blended sharp precision with playful joy, a combination that captivated the Saudi crowd and reaffirmed his reputation as one of the most complete players in the game. "I wish I could play like this everywhere," Sinner admitted after lifting the trophy, still smiling. "It's always great to share the court with Carlos. He and his team work incredibly hard, win huge titles, and do everything right throughout the year. So thanks for leaving one for me," he joked, drawing laughter from everyone around him. He praised the atmosphere too. "We come here because we love it, the organization, the energy, the people. It's amazing to play here." Asked about his connection with Alcaraz, Sinner grew thoughtful. "When I train, I think about how to improve for the next time we meet. That's why rivalries are so important. We need players like Carlos to keep pushing us forward. For me, he's the benchmark." Their paths have crossed countless times this season, sometimes with Sinner on top, other times with Alcaraz victorious. "I've lost to him several times," the Italian admitted, "but that's what makes it special. It's an honor to share the court with him, but it also pushes me to grow. Rivalries make you evolve, and so do friendships." He spoke with genuine warmth. "We've built a special friendship off the court. I've had tough defeats, but also beautiful wins. It's a rivalry that makes me happy because it brings out my best tennis." Though his chances of ending the year as world #1 are slim, he remains optimistic. "This season it's probably impossible, but I love finishing the year indoors, especially playing in Italy. The crowds, the passion, it's something unique." After the final in Riyadh, both men shared an emotional embrace at the net, a moment that resonated far beyond the scoreboard. The match carried one of the biggest prize purses in tennis history, yet the handshake between them was priceless. Sinner, from San Candido, and Alcaraz, from El Palmar, have developed a relationship that balances rivalry and respect like few before them. They've split the season's 4 Grand Slams between them, constantly pushing one another through exhaustion, injuries, and relentless schedules. Neither player arrived in Riyadh at 100%. Sinner was still feeling the effects of fatigue after retiring from Shanghai with cramps, while Alcaraz showed signs that his ankle, sprained in Tokyo, was not fully healed. Yet both competed with full intensity. The Italian's precision and focus allowed him to close out the match in straight sets, 6-2, 6-4. When it ended, they smiled, laughed, and exchanged words of mutual admiration. For two players who fight so fiercely on the court, their friendship off it is as refreshing as it is rare. It doesn't matter if he's your biggest rival, one could say watching them. They prove that competition and respect can exist together. Alcaraz and Sinner may be enemies during a match, but off the court, they embody the spirit of modern sportsmanship. Their rivalry has already become the defining narrative of this new tennis era, one built not on hostility, but on shared excellence. Every player invited to the Six Kings Slam received an impressive appearance fee, but the winner's prize reached astronomical levels, setting new records in the sport's history. Sinner's victory earned him a small fortune, yet what truly mattered was not the number in his bank account, but the statement made on court. Two young champions, driven by pride and admiration, sharing a moment of friendship in front of the world, a moment that reminded everyone why tennis, at its highest level, is not just about winning, but about legacy. The global spotlight of the tennis world was fixed on Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, where from October 15th to October 18th, the much-anticipated Six Kings Slam 2025 unfolded. The event gathered the sport's biggest names for what many called the most exclusive competition of the year, a dazzling showcase of power, precision, and prestige. The final brought together the two players who defined this new era of tennis, Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner. Once again, it was the Italian who prevailed, demonstrating composure, tactical brilliance, and unrelenting control to lift the trophy in front of a packed crowd inside Riyadh's futuristic ABN Arena. Although the Six Kings Slam is officially a non-ranking exhibition, everything about it felt monumental. The setting, the production, and above all, the massive financial incentives elevated it far beyond a friendly showcase. Each participant earned an eye-watering $1.5 million simply for taking part, a figure that dwarfs the appearance fees of most ADP tournaments. For the eventual champion, the reward reached stratospheric levels, €6 million, nearly double the purse of a Grand Slam winner. That sum now stands as the largest prize ever awarded in the history of racket sports. The lineup itself resembled a tennis dream team. Alongside Alcaraz and Sinner, the field featured Novak Djokovic, Alexander Zverev, Taylor Fritz, and Stefanos Tsitsipas, 6 of the most recognizable names on the planet, all competing not for ranking points, but for pride, prestige, and an unprecedented payday. Saudi Arabia's growing investment in elite sports continues to reshape the global landscape. Over the last decade, the kingdom has rapidly become a magnet for world-class events across disciplines, from football to boxing to motorsport, and tennis has now joined that list. The Six Kings Slam is part of a larger strategy to position Riyadh as a new epicenter of global athletic spectacle, where champions are rewarded not only with glory, but with staggering sums of money. The 2025 edition left no doubt about its intent. Jannik Sinner, already one of the brightest stars of the generation, walked away with both the trophy and a fortune. His dominant victory over Carlos Alcaraz, achieved through razor-sharp precision and calm under pressure, reinforced his status as one of the few players capable of matching the Spaniard's explosiveness. But Sinner wasn't the only story. Novak Djokovic, the living legend of the sport and current world number 5, also took the court in Riyadh, facing Sinner in a highly anticipated match. The Italian once again came out on top, winning comfortably 6-4, 6-2. Though the match did not carry ATP points, it carried something equally valuable, a psychological statement. The 38-year-old Serbian took the loss in stride, offering a mix of humor and humility in his post-match comments. "I wish someone could lend me a younger body for a year so I could try to beat them," Djokovic joked, referring to Sinner and Alcaraz. Then, turning serious, he added, "But honestly, I still have the motivation. Every time, it becomes harder to defeat Jannik and Carlos, but I'll keep trying until I succeed." Djokovic's words carried the tone of a man who has done it all: 24 Grand Slam titles, record weeks at world number 1, Olympic gold in Paris, and yet still finds joy in the challenge of facing the new generation. "It's incredible that I can still compete at such a high level," he said. "To still be among the top 5 or 10 in the world, that's something to be proud of. I'm giving my best every day." His statistics tell a story of their own. Against Sinner, his head-to-head now stands at 4-6, while against Alcaraz, he still leads narrowly 5-4. Yet, the rise of these two young superstars has reshaped the competitive order of the sport. Many believe that without them, Djokovic might already have surpassed 25 or even 26 Grand Slam titles. Meanwhile, Alexander Zverev, who lost in straight sets to Taylor Fritz in under an hour, reflected on his own challenges after the match. Sitting in the press room, the German spoke candidly about his elusive pursuit of a first Grand Slam trophy, a quest that has become both a goal and a burden. "Right now," he said, "Carlos and Jannik are light years ahead of the rest of us. But that doesn't mean we'll stop trying." Zverev, visibly fatigued after his 59-minute defeat, acknowledged that his physical condition was not ideal following recent health issues, but he made sure to emphasize optimism. "The important thing is to stay healthy," he said. "But we can't just accept that Jannik and Carlos will win everything for the next 10 years. There are still others, Novak, Fritz, Jack Draper, myself, who can compete. We'll keep pushing." His comments echoed a sentiment shared by many on tour. The era of Alcaraz and Sinner may be dominant, but is far from unchallenged. The Six Kings Slam, despite being labeled an exhibition, provided a clear snapshot of the current hierarchy: two young champions setting the pace, a living legend still fighting to defy time, and a group of challengers unwilling to concede. As the lights dimmed inside the ABN Arena and the crowd's cheers faded into the Riyadh night, one thing was clear: this was more than a show. The Six Kings Slam had become a statement, a symbol of where tennis is heading, both in terms of competition and ambition. The money may be extraordinary, but so too is the level of play. And as long as names like Alcaraz, Sinner, Djokovic, Zverev, and Fritz continue to share the same stage, the future of tennis will remain every bit as thrilling as its past.